Hi everyone, and welcome. There's just something magical about growing your own food, right? Taking this tiny little seed and watching it become something that can actually end up on your dinner plate. It's an amazing feeling.
So you plant that seed, you give it some water, and you watch it start to grow. It's like you're connecting with nature right there in your own space. And that dream of a perfectly ripe, sun-warmed tomato that you picked yourself, that's what keeps us all going. And then, it happens. You spot that first yellow leaf, and your heart just kind of sinks, doesn't it? It feels like you've already failed, like you did something wrong. But let me tell you, if you're feeling that, you are so not alone. This is probably one of the most common things every single gardener sees.
So what do? We jump online, right? And suddenly you are just drowning in a sea of information. The list of what could be wrong it's a mile long. Is it too much water? Too little? Is the soil wrong? Is it a disease? It's so confusing. Honestly, it can make you feel like throwing in the towel.
But hold on. I want you to reframe this. That yellow leaf, it's not a sign you failed. Not at all. It's your plant trying to talk to you. It's sending you a little message. And today, we're going to figure out exactly how to read it. Okay, so how do we even start to listen? Well, the best way is to cut through all that internet noise and just focus on the two most common things your plant is trying to say. This is especially true for new gardeners. We're not talking about some crazy rare disease here. We're talking about the basics.
And here's the secret. Where the yellowing is happening is your biggest clue. It's everything. Just look at this. If you see yellowing on the older leaves down at the bottom of the plant, your plant is basically taking nutrients from its old parts to feed the new growth. It's shouting, "Hey, I'm hungry down here." But if the whole plant is looking kind of sad and droopy and yellow, that's almost always about water.
Now you might come across a fancy term called intravenous chlorosis. It sounds super technical, I know, but all it means is that the leaf tissue turns yellow, but the veins stay green. See that? It creates this kind of marbled look. This is a classic, textbook sign of a magnesium deficiency. And the reason is simple. Magnesium is literally at the center of the chlorophyll molecule. So, no magnesium, no green. Simple as that.
Okay, but here's the most important part. This is totally fixable. You do not need to be a botanist to get your plant looking green and healthy again. So let's walk through 4 super simple things you can do, like right now, to help it out.
All right, here's the game plan. Step 1, stop watering on a set schedule. Instead, do the finger test. Just stick your finger about 2 inches into the soil. If it's dry, water. If not, don't. Easy. Step 2, when you do water, give it a really good deep soak. This makes the roots grow down deep and strong. 3, go ahead and snip off those yellow leaves at the bottom. They're not coming back, and taking them off lets the plant focus its energy on the good stuff. Plus, it helps with airflow. And finally, step 4, if you've decided the plant is hungry, it's time to feed it.
Now, when it comes to feeding, think of it in 2 parts, a quick fix and a long-term plan. For that quick fix, especially if you're seeing that green vein yellow leaf pattern, an Epsom salt spray is an amazing little trick. The plant can absorb the magnesium right through its leaves. But for real lasting health, it's all about the soil. Adding good compost is like setting up a savings account full of nutrients that your plant can use all season long. That's the real goal.
And this might be the biggest takeaway of all. We want to help our plants so much that we love them to death. Seriously, the most common mistakes beginners make are overwatering and over-fertilizing. It really is a case of too much of a good thing. Sometimes the absolute best thing you can do is just take a step back and do less.
So, all of this, it brings us to what's really important here. It's not just about turning a yellow leaf green. It's about changing how you see the whole process. Because a challenge like this, it's really a lesson. You've just learned how to listen to what your plant needs, how to figure out what's wrong, and how to help it. That's not a failure, that's a huge step forward. You're becoming a smarter, more connected gardener. You're actually building a relationship with your garden.
So please, take this new knowledge, take this new confidence, and just keep going. Remember that simple seed? It holds so much more than just a future tomato. It holds the potential for so much learning and so much joy. Happy gardening, everyone!